Storm Dennis hit the United Kingdom recently, and in light of it coming hard on the heels of the week before with Storm Ciara as well, a lot of areas got really hard hit with flooding, and the area that I come from in South Wales particularly hard hit. The ground was already saturated in a lot of places. The rivers were already high because of the effects from Storm Ciara. And in the South Wales valleys as well, you have fast moving water coming down the sides of the hills and the mountains into the narrow valleys. And the rivers have just been hitting record-breaking high levels, and flooding has been devastating in a lot of communities. And a lot of these communities as well are ones that are already facing a lot of challenges. You know, they're not necessarily the most affluent of places, and local councils have had services cut over the years, and so it's hitting a lot. So I wanted to do something about it, and like most people, you know, you go and you look at what the fundraising sites are that are out there, and there are lots of different fundraising sites, which is fantastic. A lot of them are for specific organisations or areas, and so I gave some money to those, but I wanted to find something that was more for the whole of Wales, you know, and then I remembered that I'm the president of the Wales Council for Voluntary Action, so all the voluntary organisations and groups throughout Wales. The umbrella body for that is the WCVA. So I got in touch with them, and we decided to set up a fund where the money would be held centrally by the WCVA, and then it would be able to go out to all the different community groups and organisations at the heart of their communities all over Wales. So we'd be able to recognise where the hardest hit areas were and get money and support to the people who are on the front line of trying to do the recovery efforts there. So that's what we did. But a lot of people are saying that, you know, there's very generously a lot of clothes being donated, but people keep their clothes upstairs usually, you know, if they've got a multi-level house. So it's the downstairs that have been decimated. People have lost their sofas and all their TVs and stuff like that, you know. They said that it was clear that the Welsh Government purse wouldn't be able to meet the demand that was out there. They needed funds from Westminster Government, and they'd put a call out through the Secretary of State to the Treasury. As far as I know, what we've heard back so far is that from Westminster is that flooding is a devolved issue, and so essentially they're saying you're on your own, which was, you know, incredibly disconcerting to hear. But it has to be a coordinated effort. It's going to have to involve both the communities themselves working together, local councils and Welsh Government, but it's going to have to, you know, be supported by the Westminster Government. And we saw in the election recently that there's a lot of talk of, you know, how important the union was to be held together, how important it was, the devolved nations, that people feel that the government is acting on behalf of everybody, not just the traditional Conservative Party voters. And a lot of people came out and supported the Conservative Party from Wales in very unlikely areas, not necessarily known for being, you know, Conservative voting areas. So, you know, now is the time for the British government to show that support that they've talked about.